Today, I have a compact luxury SUV PHEV, the 2024 Volvo XC60 Recharge Ultimate Black Edition, and even though it's 110 degrees out, I think I'll be okay. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Sparkplug TV. My name is Chris and I do car reviews for literally everybody, not just car enthusiasts. Before I begin today's video, as always, please don't forget to like this video, comment something down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video, which is whenever I can. Typically Fridays at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for your support. Yes, well, we are in the second generation of the Volvo XC60. It originated in 2008 and was redesigned fully in 2017. There was a facelift in the first generation around 2013, but now in 2024, we're dealing with some new old stock. But that isn't a bad thing, because they have had some new upgrades made for the 2024 model year, like the Black Edition, which is only available in the Ultimate trim level. Technically, the XC60 actually comes in 7 different trim levels, but I'm going to stick for the Recharge only. So the Recharge comes in 4 different trim levels, starting around $60,000 for the core. This is the $70,000 Ultimate Black Edition, even though the Ultimate starts around $68,000. The top of the line Polestar Edition comes in around $74,000. With the Black Edition, you do get a blacked out front grille with the side air vents, the Black Edition specific 21-inch wheels, the blacked out Volvo logo in the front and the blacked out badging in the back, and this gorgeous stunning onyx black paint color with some like blue and teal speckles in it. It's stunning looking. This one also does have the $1,800 air suspension package. The air suspension is only adjustable in the different drive modes, but I'll get into more of that later. This one also does have the $750 climate package, which gives you the ability to have heated seats in the back as well as a heated steering wheel and washable front headlamps. The XC60 Recharge has a 2.0 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that by itself outputs 312 horsepower. The electric motor outputs 143 horsepower. Combined, it makes 455 horsepower and 523 pound-feet of total torque. It gets 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, has an all-wheel drive drivetrain, and is then tied to an 8-speed automatic transmission. That's pretty impressive, especially if it's competing against things like the Porsche Macan and the Genesis GV70. And it doesn't even have a 6-cylinder. It being a compact luxury SUV, of course it does have a power liftgate that opens up into a 22 cubic feet of storage in the trunk, and then when you put the seats down, it gives you about 63 cubic feet of storage. This one also does have an air suspension button in the back that you can use for easier access in case you need to lower the suspension or raise it in order for you to get groceries out of the back or whatever you need to get out of the back in case you need to lower it or raise it. Don't yell at me. Now, because this is a partially electric vehicle, it does have a J1772 charging port, which can give you up to level 2 charging capabilities. A level 2 charger will give you 100% in about 5 hours, and a level 1 charger will give you 100% in about 8 hours. That's not all that bad, especially for a PHEV. It gives you 35 miles of total range, and if you don't have access to a charging station, don't worry. It has an onboard charger that can use the 2.0 liter 4-cylinder engine to charge the battery for you. All right, and here we are on the interior of the XC60 Recharge. Now, not any difference from the fully ICE version on the interior. The only differences that you can really tell are in the hybrid functionalities when it comes to the gear selector, as well as the hybrid functionalities in the infotainment system itself. Now, the gauge cluster is where the other information itself is housed, but there's really nothing in terms of like information that it gives out to the driver. It really only gives you a literal line and a droplet to showcase whether or not it's using the EV mode or the EV mode plus the gas-powered engine. It's a smart and simplistic and minimalist way for it to get its message across, but in an age where like Toyota, Hyundai, Kia, you know, they all showcase, like even Mazda for God's sakes, they all showcase like every little bit of information that you could ever want out of, you know, your hybrid powertrain. It shows you, you know, when and where the battery is charging from. It shows you where the power is coming from. If it's got an all-wheel drive drivetrain like this one, it will show you, you know, how much gas you're saving. And it does show you some of that stuff, but it barely shows you any information when it comes to that. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the air suspension is only changed with the different drive modes. In hybrid mode, it is at a normal kind of level. Power mode, it sinks it down to its lowest setting. Constant all-wheel drive and or off-road mode, it will put it at its highest setting. I was a little dismayed by the fact that the only way that you can change the different drive modes was in like 3 button clicks. Like, I wish that there was a more accessible button on the center console, or at least on the dashboard. Now that being said, it is pretty zippy. You know, 4.50 to 60, it's got the adaptive air suspension that gives it a little bit more oomph when it comes to the ride. And it's a really fun to drive compact SUV. Now, I don't think that it definitely compares to, like, say, the Macan, because the Macan does come with a straight 6 for the more powerful version, but this PHEV is considerably the more powerful option of the two, you know, between the ICE and then this one. This is the more sportier version. Now, to speak on the interior in general, I mean, it's a nice interior. I mean, now, I gotta say too, the interior, whisper quiet, you know? Just like the S60, I could totally see myself in something like this. I mean, I love the way that it looks in here. I love the silver trim right here. I love the Or4 Sweden crystal. It's a really nice touch. And I really just love the perforated leather seating. This one has the ventilated seats as well as... Oh, sorry, I had to take a pause for the corner. Yeah, it's heavy, but it performs very well for an SUV. I mean, there was a bit of tire squeal, but this thing can carve corners just like a Macan can. You know, it might not have the total speed the Macan has, but it's still pretty good. The other really great thing about the XC60 Recharge is that, unlike, say, some of its competitors, there's really not a whole lot of, like, jumpiness between cutting from the engine into the electric motor. Like, it's pretty well designed when it comes to switching between the two powertrains. 143 some odd horsepower from the electric motor isn't a lot to shake a stick at, but it does have a good amount of torque coming from it. Like, it's decently quick for what it is. Other than that, I mean, I actually don't mind this vertical infotainment system. You know, it's 9 inches, it only comes in one size. I think it's a good enough size for this dashboard. It makes sense, like, it's simplistic, but it makes sense. It only has wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, because I think what Volvo wants you to do is utilize the Google-based operating system, you know, and you're able to download things like Spotify Music, you know, and other apps like that. It's even got YouTube on here that you can only watch in park. It's fine, like, there's nothing really laggy about it. I do wish that there were some physical HVAC controls, but, you know, it does access it pretty quickly. It's just a really good car. The problem is that it's in a market that's saturated with, like, a little bit more modernized features, right? I mean, I think that this one does come with all of the features that you would want from something like this, but I think at this point, it just seems a tiny bit outdated, just a little bit. But I think that like I said, for this one, it's all about, like, that quiet luxury, that kind of sleeper car. You know, you wouldn't really expect this thing to be as dynamic as it is, and it absolutely is. It's dynamic, it's whisper quiet on the inside. You know, the materials are supple, they're very nice. The final thing that I forgot to mention is that it does have the $600 massage chair options, and you are able to play with the chair capabilities in the infotainment screen. I'm not really the biggest fan of the massage chair because, honestly, I mean, I don't know, I want, like, a really deep tissue massage, and it kind of just feels like it's tickling me. And for $600, I might just keep that money. All right, that's all I've got for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video, which is whenever I can, which is typically 4:30 Friday Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. For compacts, as far as compacts are concerned, this is a really nice compact. Now, again, I think the only qualm that I might have with it is that it might be time for a redesign at this point, but we know how long it takes for Volvo to come out with a redesign. I mean, again, I do kind of wish that the meter display was customizable, and that's about it though. I mean, that's really the only thing that I wish was kind of different. It's really nice in terms of ride quality. The 8-speed transmission is great. The powertrain combination, you know, it's probably one of the better ones that I have tested out. You know, definitely better than the Mazda. And I mean, the Toyota makes probably one of the best hybrids on the market, but this is probably second best to that one. So, you know, I guess, you know, this compared to like, say, the TX plug-in hybrid, you know, that's a pretty good one too. But this one, yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I just wish that it was just a bit more customizable on the interior, and they probably need to do a redesign. Other than that, it's quiet, it's comfortable, and I really like it, and I could totally see myself in one of these. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye! Why am I yelling? Hey Sparks, thanks for watching today's video. Do you want more Sparkplug TV content? Then you can choose one of these 3 options. Right over here. The middle button is to subscribe to my channel, so please do that. Right over here. These 3. I can't see them in real life, but they're right here.